'03, a lot of people try to compare this Lakers team today, which is LeBron, AD, Russ, Ariza, Dwight Howard. Obviously, a lot of guys who have or will be Hall of Fame players. And when they assembled this team, a lot of people said, oh, man, this is like the 2003 team where they had Kobe and Shaq, and they added GP, they added Karl Malone, they added all of these guys, and they didn't win a championship. Now, obviously, this season isn't over for them, and obviously it's not going the way that they wanted to go. But I thought it was kind of crazy when everybody decided to compare y'all to them because, number one, Kobe and Shaq were still
in their prime,
where LeBron is still a great player. Like, LeBron is still one of the, if not the best player in the NBA. You can always make that argument. Arguably the greatest player of all times, you can make that argument. But he is in year 19, or if I'm not mistaken, year 19. Yeah. And so they weren't in their prime. So right there alone, I thought was different. Where, y'all got them two young hogs in their prime going at it, and you were still rolling too. Like, you continued on after that as well. And I think Malone was older at that point. It wasn't the same.
Way older, He was way older, Draymond, and you got that right. I was just only in my 13th season. That was it. I was only in my 13th season. So I was still rolling. I had just came off the All-Star team. I had did all that. I was just averaging 23, 24 points or whatever and went there. And all of a sudden, what happened was that we had a lot of different stuff going on. Mm-hmm. I mean, remember Kobe had got in trouble in Denver. Shaq was feuding with Dr. Buss. And then Karl got hurt. And guess what, Draymond? We still made the championship.
Absolutely.
Still made the championship. I was the only one on the team that played all 82 games. Uh-huh. I was the one who directed all the stuff. And we had players that came in and fit in. I don't think this Laker team is nothing like our team in 2003 at all. I think we had players that knew their role. I think the Laker team right now they hurt too. They're very hurt. A lot of their players hurt. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are not playing. And I don't think Russ is playing the way that he should be playing. It's a new thing to him to go and be the man so long, and then you got to go with AD and LeBron, and you got to give them the ball. He's so much dominant on the basketball that he's not doing the things he's doing. I think he's thinking too much. I just went to the game. The other night on the 23rd and watched them play against San Antonio. And I think he thinks too much. You know what I'm saying? And they rely on LeBron so much that they're watching him. You know what I'm saying? They don't play the way that you guys play. Like, if people cut and move and do that, they're watching the basketball too much. And I just think the team is not that way. I think our guys Kobe was in his prime. He was a dog. He can come out and get 50 anytime he wanted to. Shaq could dominate the inside. Myself as a point guard was running. We were running a triangle, which was new to me and Karl. But Karl got hurt, and he missed 60 games. He missed 62 games. And that was bad. It was crazy. We were 18-2 when he got hurt. 18-2. And he got hurt. So it was crazy for us. And then all of a sudden, Shaq misses 40 games. Kobe misses 37. So, that was just crazy for us. But I don't think this team that the Lakers got are nothing like us. I think we were more in our prime. A lot of us was way more in our prime than they were. But the guys on there right now, Draymond, like you said, Carmelo, Westbrook, all them dudes, Anthony, all of them going to go to the Hall of Fame. Absolutely. It's just that they're hurt. They're just hurt right now. And it's just a struggle. And it's hard to put a team like that together, and you guys are not healthy.
100%. And people always ask me, like, who do you worry about in the West? Phoenix, Utah? Like, Phoenix and Utah are really good teams. Like, I think, when you roll down to it in the end, conference finals, all that, those two teams will possibly be right there with us. I have no doubt in my mind about that. But I always tell people, like, you still got to worry about the Lakers. Like, they still got LeBron James. They still got Anthony Davis. They still got Russell Westbrook. They still got Carmelo Anthony. They still have guys that can beat you. And you can go on about your day and your life and your months up until the playoffs and think that they aren't to be dealt with. As a player, as someone who got to face those guys, someone in the same division, those guys still have to be dealt with. There's too much talent on that basketball court, on that team, to not have to deal with those guys. So, I mean, You're talking probably legitimately 6 Hall of Famers. Hey, you got to deal with those guys. So I don't really make too much of what's going on right now and what people are saying. You still got to deal with those guys. But I do think Russ is overthinking it a little bit. And I understand it also. Obviously, I'm not who Russell Westbrook is. I don't have the ball as much or never have in my career as Russell Westbrook does. But I do understand the sacrifices that it takes when you're playing with guys like that that should have the ball. I understand the sacrifice it takes and trying to find that balance. For me, I completely stopped shooting. Like, totally stopped shooting because you're just trying to find that balance and get those guys the ball. So I definitely understand it a little bit, where he's coming from or what he's dealing with.
Right.
I understand that.